It's all good. What's up, everybody? What's going on right now? Hope everybody's doing well. It's your boy 94 Kim Malik doing this a little stream for you guys. Q&A. Guys, got any questions you want to ask? Feel free to drop any questions you ask. Um, Alan, I'll let you introduce yourself too. Plugging yourself to everybody who you are and where they can follow you and everything. So,
Alan, aka Pettiendo89 on TikTok, Pettiendo on Instagram.
What you thinking about the Royal Rumble so far? What we got looking so far? You liking what we seeing, or?
I like what I'm seeing. This whole thing with Roman and Seth Rollins, like there's just the theories of what's been going around and who could win, and it's already kind of an excitement before WrestleMania, before the road to WrestleMania, before the Royal Rumble. So
Right.
The same with Brock on the other side and his championship match. It's like, okay, we cooking with some grease going into January.
Yeah, it's usually pretty kind of watchable through like now until WrestleMania. Sometimes a little bit after WrestleMania. It really just depends on the product. So I'm excited though. I'm excited for the Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view, by the way.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's my favorite pay-per-view. So I always look forward to the Rumble matches, man. With the women's and the men's. So now I'm glad we got two instead of one, because before you'd only get one Rumble match was the men's. Now you get two. So I'm like, bro, this is fantastic. Now we get two Rumbles and one. Like that's amazing.
They've added it. They continue to add, more value to the product. And then we were talking on your SmackDown stream about potentially ending the brand split, which I'm in favor of. I think you are too. So
yeah,
that makes it even better, so that more people can work with other folks, and it doesn't have to be split up by brand. More opportunities, especially for your man Roman, who you are big on.
Head of the table, brother. Head of the table. You excited for WrestleMania? I'm going this year both nights. I will be there. I will be at WrestleMania along with my guy right here, Alan. We will be there. We don't know what the card looks like yet, so I don't know what the matches are gonna look like, but it's WrestleMania, so hopefully it's good, man. I'm hoping it's a good WrestleMania. Hoping it's my money's worth, so we can pray for. Do you think it's gonna be a forbidden door? That's a good question, man. What do you think about that? The forbidden door.
I've been hearing theories about it, like.
But do you think it's gonna happen? Do you think WWE is really gonna do it?
Is really gonna do it?
If you had to say yes or no, what do you think?
No, not at this point, not at this juncture. There are other years I probably would have said yes, but 2022, no. I don't think it's gonna happen. You?
Honestly, I think it is. I think something's gonna go down, man. I don't know what, but I just feel like, and it may not be a superstar, that it could be somebody that we already seen in WWE. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking maybe Jericho, Bryan, or somebody like Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder, somebody like that. I don't think it'll be somebody like Moose or somebody like Kenny Omega, like who's never I don't think it'll be something
MJF
like that.
or no, it won't be any of those guys.
I don't think it'll be those guys. Now, if it was somebody like that, you know how big that would be if it was like
Vince. I mean, this would be the time to pull it off, because there's been a lot of scrutiny towards the WWE product, as you know. So this would be the time to come up with a big splash as we enter 2022.
I don't know. I still don't know if Vince is gonna do it though. That's the thing. Like, it's just. I mean, they do have Mickie James in the Rumble, Women's Rumble. She's the current Impact champion. So
I'll say this:
Impact Women's champion.
Whatever you think Vince won't do, never be surprised if he actually turns around and does it. Just saying from experience. There have been things I said Vince would never do, and he's done it.
I agree 1,000%. 1,000%. What would your dream match be and why? What about you? Dream match and why?
Dream match. That I would have wanted to see, that I would have wanted to pay for. I would probably say, you know what? I would have loved to see the Macho Man Randy Savage lock up a CM Punk.
I would like to see that. Why that match? I don't know why.
The obviously the characters are instant, but also the chemistry and the Macho Man was one of the great workers who you could actually he could really, his ring psychology was really up there. So what we could get in this match, move wise, something to keep us intrigued, some hot spot, something of that nature. The Macho Man is really good with that. And we all know CM Punk's pretty good when it comes to ring psychology and understanding the business as well. So put those two in the ring with their skill sets, I think it would be money.
My dream match would have been Shawn Michaels versus Eddie Guerrero.
Fair enough.
That would have been my dream match for many reasons. Two of the all-time greats when it comes to in-ring performance and in-ring psychology, technical, everything. Those guys can do everything all around, and they could have had one of the greatest matches of all time if they got a chance to lock up in their primes and make some magic happen. So that would have been my dream match. What's going to happen at WrestleMania 22, but unfortunately Eddie passed away by then, so he wasn't alive to make it happen.
He passed away in February, I believe. So
no, he passed away in November.
November the year before. Sorry.
Yeah. Favorite Rumble match of all time? Mine would be 2005 for me.
1994.
We getting Bayley to return the Rumbles? Honestly, I think so. I want to believe so because I'm a massive Bayley fan. I love Bayley, and I would love to see her come back. She's one of my favorite women's wrestlers of all time. So I honestly think I think she is. I'm gonna say yes.
I think so. I think she'll be back.
Do you think do you think John Cena should get number 17 world titles? What do you think about that? Go Cena.
I mean, at this point, I look at it almost like we were talking about Goldberg. Like, I wouldn't be mad about it if he did, but there would have to be a specific reason. Like, what's the point? Like, what's the angle? Is it a one-night thing where he wins the championship and then drops it the next night or on Raw, the next SmackDown, or whatever? Or is this going to be a significant run? Because if it's John Cena, you would think it would be a significant run because of his history.
Right.
So,
yeah, his 16th championship run only lasted 2 weeks. I didn't like that. I think they should at least extended it all the way to WrestleMania. At least, like who's going to win it? He could have just dropped it at WrestleMania 33. I think that would have made a lot more sense. But, excuse me, does he get 17? Maybe he does. Maybe it's possible. I don't think he needs to, though, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't really think he needs it for his legacy. Some people really want to see it happen. John Cena's my favorite wrestler of all time, but honestly, I don't think he really needs it. I wouldn't be mad if he did, though. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, John Cena. It's John Cena, so I'm not going to be upset. But
what hasn't John Cena done? The only thing John Cena's never done in his career is turn heel. He's done everything.
He's never been the Intercontinental Champion either.
He's never been. Okay, yeah, I see. Okay, that's it.
So there was a theory about that too. So I know that theory. So I don't know if I posted a video about it earlier on my TikTok. I don't know if you've seen it, but he was talking to Pat McAfee on his podcast, and he was saying that the one legit time that he was going to turn heel, that it was going to happen, was leading up to the match against The Rock. Number one, the first match.
28. Okay.
And he said he was 100% in. He was going to do it. He was down for it. He said the only thing I think that Vince switched his mind back is that Cena said that if we do this heel turn, he's got to be pure evil. There's no going back to what I am right now. We can't just switch back to hustle, loyalty, and respect. If I'm going to be the heel, I got to be full heel 100%. And he said, I don't think he said Vince didn't. He didn't want to do that. He didn't want to. That's what he said. Vince was never going to do it.
He wouldn't have had to have done it forever, though. Like, I could see maybe.
But he can't go back to what he was before, though. It's not going to be the same.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. It wouldn't be the same. That's fair. That's a fair argument.
That's what he was saying. Like, it's not going to be like it's not going to be the same. Like, maybe it could have been the same, because Taker went back to his gimmick. You know what I'm saying? And Hogan did too. But it's like for him, I think he was like thinking of like, if I'm going to do the heel thing, like I want to 100% be a bad guy. Like I'm going to fully do this, probably for the rest of because. I mean, let's be honest. Cena he wasn't around much longer after that. That was in 2012. He kind of left like 3 years later. You know what I mean? So he was kind of saying like, I'm going to do this heel thing. And that's when I think he said that Vince told him that he's probably never going to do it. So
yeah, I mean, I would.
That was a missed opportunity. Do you think Cena should at least turn heel once, or do you think he never needed to?
I think the way his career speaks for itself, I don't think he ever needed to. I think it would have just been an added bonus. Like Hogan needed to, especially at that time. Like he couldn't. Hulkamania was not getting over in WCW. He had to do it. But
Right.
John Cena in WWE, he never had to do it.
I agree. What do you think? Jeff Hardy going to AEW? You think he'll go to AEW at some point, or honestly, don't be surprised if Jeff Hardy is an entrant in the Royal Rumble. It may be a stretch, but
Wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
I can see that happening.
I think what gives me cause to pause with that whole situation is that, and correct me if I'm wrong, typically whenever there's been a Jeff Hardy situation in the past, hasn't the company kind of been a little bit more vocal about what's going on, and they're kind of been quiet this time? Do I have that right?
Yeah, you kind of
To an extent. Okay.
Yeah.
So, for that alone, that wouldn't surprise me if he ended up in the Rumble.
I know the rumor is that they're going to do champion versus champion at Mania, Brock and Roman, but then what would happen in the Royal? See, that's interesting. See, I have my theory on that, but I'm not going to say it yet because I want to save it for my TikTok video for my predictions. But I have different scenarios of what I think could happen because honestly, the Rumble, I don't want to say it's up in the air, but there are so many scenarios that could happen because of the matches. So it's like if Roman wins, that changes my Rumble prediction. If Seth wins, that could also change my Rumble prediction. You know what I mean? So it's like it's apple. And same with Brock. If Brock loses, that could change my Rumble. If he wins, it's like apples and oranges. You know what I mean? So
I honestly would just wait till the. I'm literally just sitting this out and waiting till the Royal Rumble. Like after the Royal Rumble, then we kind of get more of a clear picture. But this is what I was talking about earlier with just that nostalgia of we're even guessing right now. I mean, Royal Rumble's in 2 weeks, so 2.5 weeks.
This is a good one. Is there a WrestleMania that everyone loves but you don't like? That's a good question, man.
Everyone loves that I don't like. Well,
Mania that you think everybody hypes up. Maybe you think
you know what my answer is. 3. 3 is 3 for me.
I'm gonna say give one that's more in recent times, like from our era.
For our era,
everyone say the one that everyone loves. Oh man,
I mean,
I feel like answer, but I don't hate that one. I just think it's a little.
I know the worst one of recent years but then again, not everybody. Most people agree with me that they don't like that.
It's one that a lot of people like that you think. Okay, I'll give my answer. I don't hate this one. I did like this WrestleMania. It wasn't one that I hated, but looking back at it, I rewatched it. It only had certain good moments after WrestleMania 30. Like WrestleMania 30 was cool, but like other than the Triple H and Daniel Bryan was the best match. The Triple Threat match was good, but like other than the streak ending and Bryan winning the titles, that was pretty much all WrestleMania was like known for. Really, like Cena and Bray Wyatt was cool, but I think Cena should have lost that match. I think that kind of hurt the match for me a little bit. And then you had like the women's battle royal, and then the Shield had like a 2-minute squash match that nobody talks about or cared about. So it was just like it wasn't a bad WrestleMania because that WrestleMania was pretty much all for Daniel Bryan. I mean that was
especially at the Punk left in January.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think it was a good WrestleMania, but I think it's a little overhyped a little bit. I think 31 was better, honestly.
31 was easily better. I mean, I would say 34, but most people that I know don't like 34. 34 is terrible. So
another one that I like, I think is 19. I like WrestleMania 19, but I think it's a little overstretched for me.
Yeah, well, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't 19?
I know a lot of people say it's the second greatest WrestleMania ever. I'm like, oh, well, no.
I don't know about that. That's a debate. That's a debate there.
Yeah, I can't say that one. Hey man, I heard that apparently Chris Jericho is supposedly going to enter the Rumble, but I think it's all cap. So I see what you're saying. You know, Jericho went to the rival company and everything, but I can see Jericho coming back for the Rumble just for an appearance. His relationship with WWE, I don't think it's toxic or bad. You know, he has a good relationship with Vince.
I can't agree more. He always speaks high. Like even now, he always speaks highly of Vince.
Yeah, I think his relationship with Vince personally isn't a bad. Really, like He told Vince before he signed with AEW that he was going to sign with AEW. You know what I mean? So like before he even signed the contract, he let him know like before he got public that this is what he's going to do. You know, so I could see maybe it's like I feel like if WWE and AEW were colliding for the Rumble and WWE asked if AEW say who do you want in the Rumble, I feel like WWE would say Jericho is one of the people. Like we want Jericho in the Rumble. You know what I'm saying?
The old school way of the old school way of doing territory booking, basically. You borrow this guy, you know, this guy can appear, whatnot.
This one's for me. What's the most expensive replica belt? I believe the spinner. The spinner for sure. That was the most expensive one. I think it was like $300 some dollars.
Man, that's a damn shame.
Yeah. Go to the title. Favorite Rumble ever? We already answered that one. They're definitely great. Let me see.
That's a good way. What is that question?
Who is your least favorite wrestler? Your least favorite wrestler?
Least?
I'll say, honestly, I really didn't like the Great Khali. I just never saw anything in the Great Khali. Like growing up as a kid, he was just boring to me. I'm like, this guy, he's big. That's how I felt when I was a kid. You know, like watching him. Like when he won the world title, I was like, why? Well, like, why is he the world champion? I mean, so.
I'd probably say
when I was a kid, I would say Khali.
I'm trying to think, was there any wrestlers I didn't like? I guess the only one I could think of probably until 2009 was Triple H. Sorry.
That's tragic. That's tragic. That's tragic.
Hey, I like him now, and I appreciate him now, but not back then.
Speaking of dream matches, is there a dream match you'd like to see down the line? There's a lot. I would love to see Roman Reigns versus Kenny Omega. I think that would be great. Seth Rollins and Kenny Omega, I think would be awesome too. Young Bucks and the Usos, I think would be amazing. Britt Baker versus like Charlotte Flair would be amazing, or Sasha Banks. Okada versus like Randy Orton, or Tanahashi versus Cena. There's so many I'd like to see down the road. As far as in WWE, I would say Edge and AJ Styles is my number one.
Yeah, that was gonna be my number one right there. Edge.
For WWE, AJ Styles and Edge for WWE. For AEW that we haven't seen yet. AEW, I'm gonna say. Which will probably happen at some point. I'm gonna say Adam Cole and Danielson.
Okay.
Which will probably happen at some point, but that's
okay.
What I'd like to have on my bucket list.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You said which one was yours? You said Edge and Styles. That was you.
I said Edge and Styles, yeah, and then.
You think NXT 2.0 will be the future or just get released? I think it's going to be the future. I think it got changed because Vince number one wanted it to change, and now it's under his power. So all the people that are going to come up on top, like Braun Breaker and all these people that are going to come up top from 2.0, I think are all the people that Vince likes. So if Vince likes you like that, you got a spot.
You know, I mean, I'm inclined to agree with you just because they kind of it's either that or it folds, you know. So he kind of doesn't have a choice but for it to be the future, because if not, with you cutting off, you know, your relationship with independence, where your next star is going to come from.
Yeah. Let's see. What do they do for a Rumble winner? If they do champion versus champion, it's simple. If they do champion versus champion, either Brock or Roman's going to win. It's one of the two. So more than likely it'll be Brock, since he's the one who challenged Roman, and Roman declined the challenge. So more than likely it'll be Brock. And that's the only way they can do it. And it's the only way that makes sense. One of the two would win the Rumble. Who do you want to main event this year's WrestleMania? There's 2 nights of WrestleMania. I don't have an issue with Brock and Roman. I'm cool with that. As long as the story is good and I can get into it. As far as night one, probably like Charlotte and Bayley. I'd love to see Bayley get in the main event of WrestleMania. I think she deserves to be in that spot somewhere. If not the women, then maybe like, I don't know, like AJ Styles gets in there. I think AJ Styles deserves to be in the main event spot of WrestleMania. Maybe Styles versus Edge, or Styles or somebody. Seth Rollins could be in there too. He deserves a main event spot too. He's been holding it down for a minute.
It's about time, and you would hope that they don't miss the boat on Rollins like they have with other guys in recent years.
Do you think AJ Lee will return to WWE or AEW, or just not wrestle at all? Maybe AEW, definitely.
Maybe AEW. I don't see her come back to WWE.
Yeah.
AEW. It's AEW or bust.
Yeah, well, she is doing the stuff with Glow, so maybe she does wrestle for Glow, which comes out this year. But if not one of those two companies, then yes, it's probably a done deal.
Mm.
I'm scrolling. I'm behind no questions, so let's give me a second. Who's your favorite and least favorite wrestler at the moment? Right now, my favorite would definitely be in WWE would be Roman. AEW would be Kenny. I don't really have a least favorite wrestler though. Somebody that I don't like.
Yeah.
I would say those are my two favorites right now.
Easily for me, Edge is my favorite right now, and in AEW, you know what? I've just really become a big fan of MJF. I really like MJF.
What's your opinion? Good question right here. What's your opinion on WWE announcing most of the Women's Royal Rumble match? What do you think about that?
I didn't like it. I understood it, but I didn't like it.
It doesn't really bother me, to be honest. I'm still gonna get excited for the people that come out and everything. Would it have been better if there were surprises? Yeah. There still will be some surprises in there. Like, they're not gonna announce everybody, I don't think, but I think we'll still get maybe a few surprises. I think they're saving. I think the reason they announce most of the women is because I think they're saving a lot of surprises for the men's. So, because if you notice, they haven't announced too many for the men.
Yeah, they ain't really touched the men's.
And they announced like the Street Profits and Johnny Knoxville and AJ Styles. They announced him, I believe. Sheamus said he was going to be in it. So they have a couple. They announced like a couple, but they haven't announced too many. So I think they're saving the big surprises for the men's.
Okay.
Let's see. What's up, man? Mickey Marks. I'm doing all right. How about you, man? I'm doing all right. Favorite match ever, Streak versus Career. Favorite WWE match ever? Definitely the first Shawn Michaels and Undertaker match at WrestleMania 25. The Streak versus Career, though, is my favorite WWE storyline. I will say that.
Favorite Mania? Oh, there's so many. Probably the Iron Man match, if I were to have to pick. Yeah, probably the Iron Man match.
I think dropping the title to Seth, I'd be cool with.
That'd be cool.
If he's not going to lose to Seth, though, he's going to be holding that title for some time. So, if it's not going to be Seth, it's going to be Drew McIntyre. Depending on when Drew McIntyre comes back, but they might pull the trigger at the Rumble and do Seth.
Have they prognosticated how long he's supposed to be out?
They don't know yet. That's what I'm saying.
They don't know yet? Okay.
They're not sure yet. He may have to have surgery. He may not have to have surgery. So they're waiting to see what the deal is with that. But if Drew's going to be out for a while, they're probably going to pull the trigger on Seth and make him as the champion. We'll see. I'm scrolling some of these questions, man. You guys have got a lot of questions here, so I appreciate it. I'm behind. I'm behind, so I don't see a lot of these questions yet.
Favorite. Oh, that's a good one.
What AEW wrestlers do you think would fit for Vince that he would like?
MJF definitely would fit.
You think he would like MJF?
I think he'd love MJF. Yeah, I think so.
Maybe MJF could be a good answer. I don't know though. It's tough, man. I don't. Maybe MJF or like Brian Cage, because Brian Cage is a very big dude. Or maybe Kenny Omega. I mean, nobody thought he was going to do anything with AJ Styles, but AJ Styles' in-ring work spoke for itself.
I can see that because he was a big fan of Sting.
Yeah.
And so I could see that. I know who he wouldn't like. I know he wouldn't like Darby Allin. That's for damn sure.
Hell no. He definitely wouldn't know. He definitely wouldn't know to do with Darby Allin.
He wouldn't know. He wouldn't know what to do with him.
Do you think Braun Breaker should be on the main roster soon? And also, why can't he be using his signer name? So Braun Breaker came up with his own name. He chose not to use that last name. So he came up with his own name. It was pretty much simple. he said that well, his first name is actually Braun. His first name is Braun's son, so he kept the Braun in his name, and then he chose the name Breaker because he said when he used to play football, he used to try to break people in half. So that's what he came. That's how he said he came up with his name. So,
and I mean, I can tell you straight up that having a legendary dad or tag team, last name. It does bring it can bring added pressure if it's in your name. So I'm cool with him just keeping Braun Breaker and creating his own legacy. I'm cool with that.
Who do you think will be inducted to the Hall of Fame this year? Definitely the Undertaker for sure.
Yeah, it's his time.
And they're in Texas and everything, so I would say Taker. Probably Batista because Batista was supposed to be in there a couple years ago, but then COVID came out and everything. So I'll say Batista could be in there.
Gotta think of I'm trying to think of an old timer.
Maybe like I'm trying to think some other people weren't in yet too. Maybe they put China in as a singles, hopefully.
Well, and that's what Minnick was arguing for, which I'm totally in agreement with.
They should definitely put her in there by herself.
Absolutely. The first woman ever to enter the Royal Rumble. I remember that. I mean, that moment was huge.
First and only woman Intercontinental Champion. Like, come on, brother. How could you not?
That storyline was goated. Her and Eddie, that was great.
What's your favorite promo of Triple H? Favorite promo? The game.
I love that promo he cut on Randy Orton when after Randy Orton attacked Stephanie back in 2009, where he basically said
when he forced him to fight in WrestleMania.
Yeah, and he was like, when you touch Vince, he's a grown man. When you kick Shane, he's a grown man. You touch my wife, yeah, we got problems. I love that. That's when my hatred for Triple H went away. I was like, I can get behind this.
What's up with the hatred for Triple H, man? What's up with that?
I hated him as a kid. I didn't get it. Like, I didn't get it until later.
Yeah, he's the game. What you mean?
Well, I get it now. I mean, in certainly the last 10 years, but in the Attitude Era.
Do you think Gable will make a debut at the Rumble? Something like Brock will? I think they're definitely going to push Gable Stevenson for sure.
It's about time.
Olympic background, won a gold medal. You saw what they did with Kurt Angle. You saw what they did with Brock Lesnar. He's pretty much like a mixture of both. So WWE I think Vince is just waiting for the right time to debut, maybe at WrestleMania or something. But once he debuts, I think he's definitely going to push to the moon.
I agree.
I am upset that Sasha Banks cannot be in the Rumble this year. I think she was a favorite for a lot of people. She was a favorite for many people, I believe. So very upset that she can't be in the Rumble. Who were 5 picks? Okay, so I think AJ Styles could be a pick. Brock or Roman, I'm throwing there.
Depending on what happens.
Yeah. I maybe like Seth Rollins too. Maybe depending on what happens. And I'll throw in a wild card in there. I'll say like Finn Balor or something. Just somebody like
that was gonna be my pick. Finn Balor.
A wild card, yeah.
Like everything's going off, and I want to see him do it as the Demon too, just like at the last minute. But I know. That's wishful thinking, but you never know.
All right, let's go to 5 picks for the women's Rumble. So we switch to the women's. I'm gonna say Bayley, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, 3 for sure. Maybe a sleeper like Ronda Rousey could be a sleeper, depending on. We don't know if she's coming back, but I'm saying it could be a sleeper. And then I'll say maybe for another sleeper too, maybe somebody like Alexa Bliss. She's coming back too, so that could
only got one. I'm putting the house, the car, the kids, everything on Bianca Belair. They got to make that happen.
You think she's going back to back?
I think after what happened last year, I definitely think do it again. If Shawn winning back-to-back Royal Rumbles is nothing new.
That hasn't happened in a long time though.
I'm not okay. That's fair. I mean,
they haven't done it since Austin.
Yeah, do it for her. I say.
Who could be the next superstar up next in WWE or AEW? So the next upcoming superstar for WWE, I think, is gonna be Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker, easy.
He's gonna be one of the next upcoming guys for sure. As far as AEW, it's MJF. I think MJF is gonna be like a legend in that company. Especially when he gets the world title. Eventually, I think he will get the world title. I'm not sure exactly when, but I think eventually he'll be the world champion.
I agree. It's my favorite AEW wrestler right now.
Good question. In your opinion, who is the greatest heel of all time? Great question, man.
Jerry the King Lawler.
Jerry the King Lawler. Mine would be Vince McMahon. That's me.
Okay.
That would be mine. I do think Shelton Benjamin got done dirty by WWE, especially in his prime. I thought he could have, during the Ruthless Aggression era, I think he could have been a world champion for sure. What's your dream matches for WrestleMania? Well, already it was said Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles, Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero would be my ultimate dream match. I'll say those two. For possibly in the future, I'd love to see John Cena and Edge have one last match at they never had a one-on-one match at WrestleMania, so I'd love to see them have one match one more time. AJ Styles and Edge, Edge and Finn Balor as well. A lot of people Edge could work with that. I'd love to see. I would love to see the Fatal 4-Way 4 Horsewomen match of Charlotte versus Bayley versus Becky versus Sasha. The Fatal 4-Way 4 Horsewomen match. That's something that I'd love to see at some point. And Becky versus Ronda, so something I want to see that we didn't get the one-on-one match. So I'll say those.
Definitely Finn Balor is. That was going on off the top of my head. And then I hadn't thought of the horsewomen in a Fatal 4-Way. Ooh, I like that. I hadn't thought of that.
Shayna Baszler could be good. I do like Shayna Baszler. She's somebody that I would love to see win the Rumble. I don't know if she will, because they're not really doing much with her. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know if they're going to pull that trigger on her, but she's somebody that I'd like to see win the Rumble. I would not have an issue with that at all if she did win. I've been said they should do something with her. I think she could be really valuable to that women's division if they use her right, but they don't really do anything with her to get me excited or invested into her anymore. So,
which is a problem with that company. They asking the hard. They asking fire questions.
I felt Big E heel turn. Him and Woods talked about wanting to heel again. I wouldn't be against that. You know, what do you think about the heel turn for Big E? Think he needs it, or?
I mean, I don't know if he needs it, but like, why? I mean, at this point, it wouldn't hurt because I mean he's been with the New Day for how long, and now he's broken out on it, somewhat on his own, gotten the taste of WWE gold. So what's next? Become a bad guy. Get into a bad guy's storyline. Get into it with a really big baby face and see what happens. It wouldn't hurt him.
How do you think Alexa Bliss will win the Rumble? I think so. The vignettes they're doing with her, this is what my theory is. I think they're going to keep showing the vignettes weekly on Raw, and then at the Royal Rumble, she's going to come back as the goddess or the different type of character. I don't think she's bringing back that fiendish evil character. I think she's coming back more as either the goddess again, or she's coming back with a new character we haven't seen yet. So
yeah, that little fiend thing, I wasn't feeling that. It was too Harley Quinnish to me.
I liked it, but I think it was much better with the Fiend.
Fair enough.
Do you think they took the time? I do like that they took the tag titles off RK Bro. I don't think they took it off them too early. I mean, it's right around WrestleMania. More than likely, Riddle and Orton are going to be feuding and have a match at WrestleMania. So taking the titles off them, I think it's just leading up to their feud. So
I'm not mad at it. I think it needed to happen.
Let's scroll back up to these questions. Do you think Reindeer will retire in a couple years? Wait, Randy's on 41, so I mean, it really just depends on how much more he can wrestle another 10 years if he wants. Depends on how much.
As long as he doesn't have any major injuries, he should. I mean, he can stay as long as he wants.
What about Kevin Owens winning the Rumble? Listen. I'd love to see Kevin Owens get a push, but I don't think he's winning that Rumble.
Not with what's in the pipeline right now. No.
Do you think they'll play Mickey James' WWE theme or Impact theme? More than likely her WWE theme. If they do play Hardcore Country, though, I'll be a little bit surprised. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna make me start thinking a lot of things like, ooh, what? Like, More likely they'll hurt WWE thing for sure. Future U.S. champion? I don't really know. Maybe somebody like Austin Theory or something. Somebody that I've heard that Vince is pretty high on. So maybe like Austin Theory. Will The Fiend and Braun ever return to WWE? It's only if WWE really wants these guys to come back. I don't think I've heard that WWE isn't really high on Braun Strowman. I could be wrong, but I heard that like Braun was trying to come back and they didn't want him back or something like that. I don't know, but maybe they pop up in the Rumble. Who knows? Maybe
I'll be right back.
Maybe they pop up in the Rumble, or maybe something go on. Oh man, so we'll just have to wait and see. I don't really know. It's tough to say. It depends on if WWE contacts these people and wants them to come back to their company. So if they do, then I think they'll be open to it. CM Punk and AEW, do you think he'll bring back the kill switch engage? Maybe. Punk has kind of been doing some like old school stuff lately in his matches. He's been paying homage to like Bret Hart and everything. I don't know if you guys have been peeping that, but he's been paying homage to guys like Bret Hart and stuff. So,
my fault. I had to go grab my food. Who's up?
Sure. Who's your Mount Rushmore tag team? That's a good question.
Ooh, right back into the fire. Road Warriors. I got to give love to the New Day. Edge and Christian. Heart Foundation.
I would say Road Warriors, Legion of Doom, Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, and I'll say the New Day. I think the New Day has got a spot on there, man. They've
earned it.
I could see Liv Morgan winning inside of WrestleMania. I could see that happening. I heard the Forbidden Door could be a release superstar. Maybe that kind of wouldn't be a Forbidden Door though, because these people. Forbidden Door is kind of like somebody who would work for another promotion that isn't signed by WWE, like somebody who's currently with like Ring of Honor, Impact, or New Japan, or AEW, or something like that, and they show up in the Rumble. Like that would be kind of like the Forbidden Door. So,
I mean, it's not so. It's something that WWE's historically dabbled their hands in. So I wouldn't be surprised.
3 match stipulations they could bring back in WWE that you like to see. Shoot, man, I'd love to see like a First Blood match come back. Man, First Blood. I don't really know, man. That's the one I can really think of.
Well, see, first I'll throw First Blood in there. See, I would say Falls count anywhere, but is with that? I feel like they still kind of do that sometimes, though, right?
Yeah, they haven't done it in a while, though, I don't think.
Okay, Falls count anywhere, and definitely a submission match.
Yeah, they haven't done submission matches in a long time, man. They haven't done those in a while. So I would say submission match too. I can't remember the last time they did a submission match, to be honest. I don't remember the last time they did one.
The last one I can remember,
so long.
maybe 20 years ago.
It's been so long since that submission match.
So the last one I really remember might have been Kurt Angle and Benoit, if I remember correctly.
No, they've had other ones before that, I believe.
I'm just saying that I can remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know the last time they actually did a. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember the last time they did a submission match. It's been so long because they've done them. So that's a good one, actually. Alan, yes, sir. Can we acknowledge the 500-day reign of Roman Reigns as the champion? Yes, sir. The Tribal Chief, man. The Tribal Chief. Greatness is upon us.
I'm not gonna have Nico Vibes yelling at me. I'll throw it up twice. Shit.
Let's see. Greatest match you saw in person? Definitely, probably. It's not even a WWE match. It's a Kurt Angle versus Jeff Jarrett at TNA Lockdown 2011 in the cage. That would probably be my number one.
Well, I passed up the opportunity to go to WrestleMania 31 for my sister to go, which I will regret to my dying day. I've only been to one live event, and it was the WrestleMania 31 event. And it was, I mean, it was a great event. 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 And of that live event, it would be Shawn Michaels and Vader. So there you go.
Thoughts on Alexa Bliss's journey? We kind of talked about it a little bit. We kind of touched on it. I think they're gonna do these little vignettes weekly, and then at the Royal Rumble, she'll show back up as a different character, maybe back as the goddess or a new character that we haven't seen yet. So, instead of CM Punk's called the personality plays on Rampage, one of the biggest pops is if Paul Heyman walks out. Also, you remember when Punk left WWE and they played a cult personality, and it was Paul Heyman that walked down everything. I was tight. I'm not gonna lie, that was
dope. That was dope. I was like, look at him, just strutting. I'm like, man,
it was cool, but I was like, man, like I was a little tight. I was like, bro.
Have you ever heard him tell that story?
Then on Inside the Ropes, yeah.
Yeah, Inside the Ropes. Yeah, I was like, wow.
I heard the story. I was a little tight though. I was like, bro, come on, bro. Like, I thought it was really Punk. I was like, come on, bro. That's what we doing.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the League of Nations in 2016? Absolutely.
I don't have any.
There was Del Rio, Wade Barrett, Rusev, and Sheamus. Oh man, League of Nations. It could have been something good though. There could have been something good, but yeah, it was trash.
As soon as they put it together, I immediately turned it off. I'm like, I already know this isn't going to work.
In my opinion, Seth Rollins or Goldberg should end Roman Reigns' Universal Championship reign, even though no one wants Goldberg with winning the Universal Championship.
That last part.
Nah, it definitely shouldn't be Goldberg, man. The Goldberg is old. He's already he's already a legend. He wouldn't have nothing to gain from beating Roman. Seth would be cool. Drew McIntyre would be cool. Because those guys can still gain something like that for their legacy, but Goldberg's legacy is already solidified, So
solidified, yeah.
Prime Goldberg though.
Prime Goldberg. Listen, I got no disrespect towards Prime Goldberg. Absolutely not.
What do you think about the Royal Rumble winner faces the WWE champion and the Elimination Chamber winner faces the Universal champion? They face off at WrestleMania day 1 and winners wrestle for title at day 2.
Ooh.
You think about that?
So faces the Royal and
the winner of the Rumble will go on to face the WWE champion
at Elimination Chamber. Okay.
No, and then the Elimination Chamber faces the Universal champion. So like. He won the Rumble.
Ooh.
He goes to face the WWE champion at WrestleMania for day 1, and then he gets the opportunity to be part of the chamber for the Universal title. To win the Universal title then at WrestleMania. It's an interesting theory. That's actually I never.
That is interesting. I mean, I'm still trying to grapple my head around it, but yeah, wow. Because the Elimination Chamber is right after the Royal. That could work. That's a damn good question.
What WWE superstar do you think should have wrestled longer or gotten a push?
We could be here a while.
You got one or a couple?
Oh, there's two. Oh, that should have gotten a push.
Or a better push, I'll say. A better push.
Better push. I'll try to go recent. Actually, you know what? That actually is a good question because all my answers are recent. Because they did everything they could with him.
Say your answers. What do you got?
Probably the only one I can think of for WWE is Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes would be one. Dolph Ziggler is another one for me.
Okay.
Christian could have had a better push in WWE.
I thought Dolph Ziggler, when they start letting him wear the Shawn pants and doing the super kick, that there was going to be something there, but they didn't do anything much.
I'll say Matt Hardy too. He could have had a better.
Matt Hardy, yeah. Especially in the mid 2000s.
Yeah. I think Mr. Perfect could have had a better push too. He could have been a world champion. Owen Hart
could have been. Injuries hampered him.
Owens could have been a world champion.
Owen.
He's somebody that to me could have been a world champion as well. So I'll throw those guys in there. Jake the Snake could have been a world champion too. He didn't even hold the title.
Yeah, he didn't. Well, if you know his story, he didn't want it, but he could have had it. But he didn't want it.
Nikki Bella win the Royal Rumble?
I certainly would hope not.
I don't think she will. Thoughts on dream match Prime HBK versus AJ Styles? That would have been amazing. What do you think about that?
Prime HBK versus AJ Styles. That'd be a damn good match. What do we consider prime HBK though? Like 96 to 2011?
Just
I just want to make
any
sure.
part of Shawn Michaels' career, I guess. It was all his prime, really. I mean,
I would say, yeah, 96 to 2011. So, yeah, definitely against AJ Styles. That match would be fire.
do you think Asuka would return? I think she could pop up back in the Rumble. Yes, I can see it happening.
She'd get a nice pop. She'd get a nice pop.
Yeah, I think I think she could come back in the Rumble. I think she's been gone for how many months? She's been gone for a while. She had an injury, so she's been gone for a little bit. So, what do you think about Heyman recruiting his Dangerous Alliance from the early '90s? Call it the Heyman Hustle Connection. Heyman, first of all, I like that name. That's creative.
Mm-hmm.
Heyman hasn't had a faction in a long time. He could have HP numbers. What do you think about that? The Heyman Hustle Connection.
I mean,
you said that.
If anybody could pull it off, it's Paul. I mean,
who would you put in it though if he had a faction?
I could see maybe like he mentioned. Well, see, Roman has the Usos already, so who would you put in there?
Probably like the Usos, and maybe throw like I don't know, like Naomi and Tamina in there, and Nia Jax or something like that. You know, just kind of mix up the bloodline. I don't know if I call it the Heyman Hustle Connection. I do like that name though, but I probably just throw all the Samoans in there, make it the Heyman bloodline, or you know the Hustle Connection bloodline, or something like that. Something within that.
With the Heyman family, and knock off the Heenan family.
This one here is, I think, with this WrestleMania Day 1, all the wrestlers defend their titles, and then Day 2 they unify the main WWE Women and Tag titles, as I think would be better in the brand splits. Okay, so
we talked about this.
Yeah, I see what you're saying then. So I wouldn't mind that. Honestly, it wouldn't bother me. I do think they should end the brand split. So
yeah, you do too.
I wouldn't mind that actually. All the titles defended on the Day 1 and Day 2 unify the titles and everything. So I wouldn't mind that.
Gives much more intrigue, because then the title matches Day 1, and then you all unified. Everybody gets their WrestleMania moment one way or the other.
Would you mind Drew beating Roman? I would not personally. I like Drew McIntyre. I think Drew McIntyre would be a great person to defeat Roman Reigns. So I wouldn't mind that. It wouldn't bother me. The Rock versus Roman Reigns, who do you got? So maybe happen next year, WrestleMania in LA in 39. Roman for sure, though. Roman for sure. Roman's the guy right now. More than likely, Rock would come back and put him over and maybe retire after that officially. But, you know, this saying in wrestling is that, you know, when you retire, you go out on your shield. You know, you put somebody over and you go out putting somebody over. So I can see the Rock. I can see the Rock doing that for sure.
And in their family. So I certainly don't see why he'd have a problem with it.
Yeah. If Chris Jericho returns to the Rumble, does he bring back Judas? In my mind, I think he has to come out with Judas' theme. The Break the Walls Down is a good theme. It's his WWE theme, but I think he would have to come out with the Judas theme, man. I think that would get a bigger pop for Jericho. I think if he came out with that Judas theme.
Just having Jericho, period, would work for me. It wouldn't matter the theme.
What former ECW wrestler would you like to return?
RVD.
RVD would be cool. Who's your favorite ECW wrestler of all time? The prime ECW.
Probably Sabu.
Sabu was cool. Mine though, my guy Raven, bro. That was my dude, bro.
Which would you ready to laugh? Are you gonna laugh at me? Would you realize my ass did not realize until recently that he was also Johnny Polo? I didn't catch it. I didn't realize he was also Johnny Polo. I was like,
man,
I'm
such the Raven and Tommy Dreamer storyline at ECW, bro. The summer camp stuff, everything. That was, bro. That shit was so good, man. That was amazing.
Yeah, I didn't watch ECW. I remembered, what was it?
Oh, you didn't watch ECW live?
No, not as a kid. But I remembered he had that Ravens Rules match in '98 with DDP, and then the next night he faced Goldberg on Nitro, and he tried to run out the crowd, and the crowd threw him back in. And Goldberg beat him.
Well, it depends on if you like that type of wrestling, the style of wrestling, the violence.
I enjoy it now, but back then, I mean, we didn't watch ECW. It was WCW, WWF. That was it.
Yeah, ECW was the shit, man. I would say my favorites definitely Raven, RVD, Taz was one of my favorites for sure. Prime Taz, Sabu would be in there. I do like Sabu. And if I had to pick a fifth one, I would probably say.
Just go ahead and say New Jack. I'm just playing.
New Jack was a crazy ass dude. I ain't gonna lie. New Jack was on.
God rest his soul. Miss him like crazy.
New Jack was a crazy one. I mean, Tommy Dreamer was, ECW.
You can't hate on Tommy.
That's the heart and soul of ECW right there, Tommy Dreamer. Yeah, I'd probably say those. Those are probably the ones that stick out on my head, if anything. Those are probably the good ones. Raven's Flock. Raven's Flock was cool though. I did like Raven's Flock.
It gave us Kidman and Lodi and the Saturn. Raven's Flock was legit.
You feel like John Moxley would be at the Rumble? Maybe. Moxley would be crazy though if he popped at the Rumble. That'd be crazy.
I'll believe it when I see it. But that one I don't see.
You don't see that happening?
No. Did you ever listen to his podcast? It wasn't as bad as CM Punk's, but
I heard,
and I was like, nah.
I don't think his animosity was
it's not about the animosity. I think it's more of the mindset of being with that particular company. Yeah,
it's a creative situation. It's just a creative situation.
We'll see.
Bayley versus Charlotte WrestleMania. I love to see that. Terry Funk was legit. Terry Funk was the man. I do like Terry Funk.
Terry Funk was in one of my favorite matches of all time. I forget which Clash of the Champions it was, but him and Ric Flair in an I Quit match, and Ric Flair making him tap out to the figure four. Love it.
Who do I want to pair in the Women's Royal Rumble? There's so many, man. Bayley is definitely number one. Asuka coming back would be cool. Trish Stratus, see her pop up. Hopefully Sasha Banks. She probably won't be able to, but those would be the ones right there off the top of my head. And for my own personal reasons, I know it won't happen, but AJ Lee, man,
that would be huge. I just don't think
if she came out in the Rumble, bro, that would be insane. Ronda's another one too. Ronda Rousey, I like to see. That'd be cool with that. Who was your favorite from ECW and WCW? So ECW was Raven, Prime ECW. WCW, Goldberg.
ECW, Sabu. WCW, Sting.
Goldberg better.
Hey, stop the cap. Don't start that cap. Stop that.
173-0. Sting ever do that? I don't think so.
Sting didn't have to do that.
I think so. Now Sting was dope though. I do like Sting.
They had a good match during. He was one of Goldberg's 173. And that was actually one of his better matches.
Of course, because that's what Goldberg does. Just kill people.
Here we go with the Goldberg.
Sting was never a match for Goldberg. Let's be honest.
Man, stop it. Here we go. What's the next question? You up to some goose.
Do you think Naomi and Cameron will have a moment together in the ring? Probably, yeah. Naomi and Cameron, the Funkadactyls. Definitely see that happening in the ring. Some type of moment together.
Why not? It's been known to happen in Rumbles.
This is true. I mean, if Vince made peace with Bret Hart, anything is possible. That's true, man. That's true. A lot of people never thought Bret would come back, so.
I sure as hell didn't. I cried January 4th, 2010.
You cried with a baby.
You damn right. My man is back.
Who's your guys wrestling crushes? So growing up, my first WWE crush. Some people may not remember her because she wasn't in WWE for too long. My first WWE crush was Joy Giovanni.
God.
That was my first WWE crush. She was so beautiful, bro. She still is to this day. And then of course like Trish Lita, that was like everybody top tier. Tori Wilson
for me.
Melina, was one of mine. Growing up as a kid. Right now though, definitely Sasha Banks, my number one. Sasha Banks. Mandy Rose is in there. Zelina Vega, Carmella, my number 2. And there's a lot, man. There's a lot of beautiful women. A lot of beautiful.
Even though she's married, I'll throw Naomi in there.
Naomi for sure. Beautiful. She's beautiful. She's beautiful for sure. Who was your first crush? Sorry, what was your first WWE crush?
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, that was really my first WWE crush. Because there was only 3 WWE women wrestlers in my early days, and none of them were cute.
Wait, who was that?
Bertha Faye, Alundra Blaze, and Bulla Nakano. That was it.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
What about like Sable and Sunny and
they came later. They came later. I didn't like Sable. Sunny, I didn't care for her at the time.
What?
Not at the time. I'm sorry. I thought
bro? First of all, have you seen Sunny from the 90s, bro? She was bad, bro. She was, oh my God. Sable, bro. Sable. The handprints? Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I said what I said, so you can just go ahead and say it's tragic.
Man.
Tragic.
You tripping on that one, bro. Oh my gosh. What are 4 pay-per-views you would bring back? That's a great question. Number 1, I would bring back Cyber Sunday. The internet has evolved so much since then, and with technology and social media and everything, I think Cyber Sunday would be the perfect pay-per-view for WWE nowadays to get fans to interact with the product and the vote and everything. Excuse me. Damn, I don't know, just something different, like a Judgment Day or Armageddon, something like that. Just King of the Ring. Bring back King.
Yeah, that's what I would say. King of the Ring.
Some people want the King of the Ring pay-per-view to come back. I don't know though, because they don't really book King of the Ring.
Well, it makes more to me. It makes sense if they end the brand split, and then you have it all in one. But yeah, most of my favorite pay-per-views they've resurrected. I did a video on this. They've resurrected as whatchamacallit.
Like I said, Doudrop kind of reminds me
NXT matches. In NXT, I'm just like, whatever. Okay. Like they brought back In Your House as an NXT pay-per-view. I'm like, okay.
That was dope. I did like that. Like that.
Okay.
Tori Wilson, Kelly Kelly. Hey, Kelly, bro. Them
Kelly was bad.
Kelly exposés on ECW. Yes, sir. Remember those? I'll never forget those. My man said Doudrop kind of remind me of Bertha Faye, bro.
Hey man, when you put Bertha Faye's music song as ones that you would fall asleep on,
trash.
I ain't gonna lie, that hurt me a little bit.
That song is garbage, bro.
I know, but it's that Bertha Faye.
No, bro, that's not it, bro.
I know it's terrible.
The only one I really like for guilty pleasure was the X Factor theme.
Okay.
I do kind of rock with the X Factor theme. It's a bad theme, but for guilty pleasure, it's one of my favorites.
That's fair.
Who's your currently right now? Who's your favorite WWE superstar? Come on now. Throw it up, baby. We're the ones, bro. Come on now, man.
Rated R superstar.
Should be Roman, but it's all right.
Hey.
Should be Roman, but
stop it.
Maybe you'll come around.
No. You know why. We're gonna leave that one alone.
Because he's the greatest, of course.
Stop it. Stop the cap.
Favorite era of WWE. That's good. What about you?
You probably the golden era.
Ruthless Aggression for sure for me. Ruthless Aggression. Somebody said Bad Blood would be cool to bring back Bad Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Blood would be cool.
I'd even bring back the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Do you guys think Doudrop will end Becky's title reign? No. No way they have her win the title. I don't see her winning the title and going to WrestleMania as champion. No, I doubt it. I would be very, very shocked if she did win that Royal Rumble. I'd be thoroughly surprised. Man, say, oh my sweet Bertha Faye. Come on, man.
Hey man, Harvey Whippleman was that dude.
That song's so bad, man. It's so garbage.
I know, but it was cool at the time.
Do you think WWE will ever end?
No. I think it'll change management. They may even sell the company at some point, but it will never end.
Yeah, I mean, WWE will continue to evolve and change throughout years when it comes to products and everything, but it's established. It'll be here. It's an established thing that'll continue. It's like a spinning cycle,
Facts.
Bailey gonna take the title from Becky. Ooh, I like that. I'd be cool with that. You think Undertaker will ever come back? As far as the ring, no.
No.
You don't need to. You better not.
No more of that.
Let's see. Do you think Becky is better as a heel or a baby face? Good question.
I like her better as a heel.
Heel?
I like her better as a heel.
She was
an
better.
asshole.
She's a good heel, but she was better than baby face though.
Yeah.
Her popularity was something special, man.
Well, I guess she doesn't use it anymore, but I like that whole the man. I like that.
The man can make the man. Now she's big time Bex, big time Bex.
Well, we know why, but I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Big time Bex.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
What's wrong with big time Bex? What's wrong with that?
No. I mean, I got no problem with big time Beck. I'm just saying we all know why she doesn't use the man anymore. Is what I was saying.
Oh, what if WWE has Charlotte win the Royal Rumble and then dude be the first champion to win the Rumble? You don't like that? What's wrong with that?
Can I just say it? I'm a little over Charlotte. Like I get it, but I'm a little over Charlotte. Can we put somebody else in that spot, please? Thank you. I'm a little over Charlotte. Like I get it. I respect it. Just saying. Oh Lord, they asking the tough questions now.
Let's see. Who's a better actor, Rock or Cena?
Malik, I'm getting up and walking off if you give the wrong answer right now. This is easy.
The real answer is Batista. That's the real answer.
All right, I can live with that. But if it was between these two, it's easily The Rock.
Well, no.
Man, see, man. Walking off.
Now The Rock, he's been doing it far longer, man. He's definitely the best. Cena is getting better though. I did like Suicide Squad. I'm actually gonna watch Peacemaker, the show. We'll check that out and see what that's about. But someday Cena will be better someday. He'll be better someday. Is that right?
I ain't wrong. Ain't no wrong with that.
The Undertaker will come back as a GM possibly, or his American Badass gimmick.
Gee, I wouldn't mind. Well, see, they stopped doing the Raw guest host years ago, but I could GM like what Kurt Angle did for a while, and Teddy. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but would he want to do that road schedule? That's the thing. I wouldn't.
Disney, Nick, or Cartoon Network?
Ooh. Oh.
Definitely a tie between Disney and Nickelodeon for me, man.
It's a tie between Nick and Cartoon Network for me.
Because of the sitcom, I was more of a sitcom guy than a cartoon guy. So,
like, I mean, Nick. A lot of
the Nickelodeon sitcoms, Drake and Josh, iCarly and Victorious and Zoe 101, and then you got a lot of the great Disney Channel sitcoms like That's So Raven, Hannah Montana, Sweet Life, and Wizards of Waverly Place. I was like, yeah, they close.
Proud Family, it's close.
They close, bro. They close. It's hard. It's hard to pick.
That was a hard question.
That was a hard question.
I remember.
I want Hornswoggle to have a moment with AJ Styles since he dressed like him in TNA. That was pretty funny.
That's kind of funny.
They'll probably bring him back though. No one. Raw or SmackDown? Overall, you've always been a Raw guy or SmackDown guy?
I mean, I've always been in love with the concept of SmackDown from the time they started it, even before there were two brands. So I guess I'd say I'm a SmackDown guy.
Excuse me. I'm a SmackDown guy.
Smart man.
Favorite Drake and Josh episode? Definitely the bet episode for sure. The bet when Josh was addicted to playing video games and Drake was addicted to candy or to sweets. When they made the bet, that's my favorite episode for sure. I think that's many people's favorite episode.
Never watched it.
That's tragic. That's very tragic, actually.
I'd rather not lie on your show, sir.
What are you thinking about a Heyman girl? Who would it be? We always get Heyman guys. What about a Heyman girl? You know who'd be a perfect Heyman girl? Charlotte Flair. I've said it.
Yeah.
Charlotte
Flair. Those two together, I could see the chemistry. That's who I would have said.
Charlotte Flair or Becky. I think Becky could be a good one. Now with the heelish gimmick, I think she could be a good one too. So I'll say
they work at it. They give her a good enough storyline to work with.
Favorite WWE belt, like design wise, the big gold World Heavyweight title.
The old school IC.
Should be the spinner, but it's all right.
Man.
Heel Edge or face Edge? Heel Edge.
Heel Edge.
For sure.
Hide your wife. Just saying.
Heel Edge was different. Heel Edge was different.
Rated R superstar.
Top 5 promos of all time or any promotion? Oh, that's tough, man.
Okay, but promos meaning the video package or promos in ring promo?
That's a good question.
That's because there's two different ones. Because I know what my favorite video package one is.
Yeah, video package promos. I probably can do that one better.
Yeah, that one. Like,
I probably can do a video package promo.
And then I'm familiar with most of the musics. Like, yeah. But that's what I would like to know. I mean, outside the ring promo, probably the pipe bomb, easily for me. If it was outside of the video, my favorite video one of all time, the opening of Survivor Series '95, Brett and Diesel. That music, yeah, that's it for me. Simple.
Garbage.
Hey, that promo was goated. You be respectful.
Is that right? Yeah.
Hey, it's the one time where Bret Hart actually sounded believable on the damn mic. Be nice.
It was all right. Favorite promo packages? For sure. Number 1, Street versus Career. That running up that hill, bro. Austin, obviously Austin Rock WrestleMania 17.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan's monster promo for WrestleMania 30 was pretty good. That monster that one was lit. Promo package, man, that's good. That's tough. I mean, Randy Orton and Triple H had a good one too at WrestleMania.
They did. WrestleMania 25.
It was just pretty hype. I liked the triple threat one this year at WrestleMania 2 between Roman, Edge, and Bryan. I thought this was pretty good how they broke it down.
Roman, Edge, and Bryan.
Yeah,
I'll throw an honorable mention just because something got burned on TV, and y'all know I'm old school. Sergeant Slaughter and Hulk Hogan.
Trash.
Oh, that's pretty good too.
As for you, probably don't watch you. I don't know if you watch UFC or not. Mazdadoff or Kobe Covington. Honestly, I think Kobe Covington's gonna win, mainly because Jorge Mazdadoff is mainly a striker, and Kobe Covington is a wrestler. And wrestlers usually have the advantage, so I figure he's probably just gonna wrestle him the whole time. So I would say Mazdadoff and Covington could be a good fight, but I think Mazdadoff is gonna take the L. But I'd like to see Mazdadoff win, though, man. I think he should get back up to the top. Favorite Hell in a Cell match? What about you?
Favorite Hell in a Cell match? Probably King of the Ring 98. Taker and Mankind.
Not Street versus, but End of an Era. WrestleMania 28. Triple H and that's my favorite. Favorite SummerSlam match? By your favorite SummerSlam match?
Yeah, that's easy. Bret and Bulldog, 92.
Triple H, Shawn Michaels, 02. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, 02. Shout out to Mountie. Who fears who? Does Mountie fear Malik or does Malik fear Mountie? Mountie definitely fears me. So let's just get that straight. I don't fear nobody.
Who's Mountie?
I don't fear. Just like The Undertaker says, I fear no man, living or dead, bro. Come on now. So fear no man, living or dead.
Oh boy.
What do you think was Undertaker's best character? His Phenom character was his best. His later run, 04 to 20 until he retired, was his best.
It's so hard.
My favorite Taker character was Ministry of Darkness.
Okay, I would say I loved American Badass. My favorite, of course, is Western Mortician. That's just him and Paul Bearer goated.
I need to ask you this, Malik. What do you think of the NXT girl that may be narcolepsy girl? So there's a girl in NXT right now who kind of has like a sleeping gimmick. So she does like the sleeping gimmick.
Lord.
I haven't seen like too much of it. I've seen like clips of the matches of how like she wrestles and her style and everything. But hey, just saying if she ends up representing narcolepsy, just put me on. That's all I gotta say. Just put me on. That's all I gotta say, dude. If you need a tag partner, you need somebody to represent. You need a on-screen boyfriend or something. Hey. I'm here.
No shame.
Not Rushmore of high flyers. That's a good question. Definitely Rey Mysterio or Junior. I would say high flying. I think high flying. Rey Mysterio.
Kidman.
I don't know, man. I probably put Juventud in there. Juventud.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, all right. Same time frame.
Juventud and Psychosis and
Psychosis. Okay.
Those guys back in the WCW days, bro. And honestly, Ricochet too, man. Ricochet is like he done some crazy things, especially on the Indies. It's like Prince Puma and stuff. Ricochet, bro.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Top 5 CM Punk matches, any promotion? Good question.
Well, let's see. His match with Taker definitely was on there. His match with Brock.
Match Taker was alright.
Hey, be respectful.
Match was alright.
Be respectful. His match with Cena at Night of Champions.
Night of Champions?
Night of Champions.
Money in the Bank?
Or Money in the Bank. Sorry, not Night of Champions. Money in the Bank. Night of Champions is when he got hurt. He got his ankle rolled in the Muda Lock. Money in the Bank 2011. What else? Match with Jeff.
Trash. No, you talking about you talking about the TLC match?
The TLC match, and then what's the other one? What's another good one? His match with The Rock was terrible. Both of them.
I don't think the first one was bad. I think the wrong person won. It was a good match. I'll say it's definitely Money in the Bank with Cena.
Oh, Chris Jericho, sorry.
Which one was Jericho?
The one what was it? Extreme Rules 2013?
Yeah. I'll say his match with Cena, Money in the Bank, his match with Brock. His match with Cena again on Monday Night Raw in 2013.
Okay.
I did like his match with Jericho, but the one at Payback when he came back. I'm gonna say his matches with Samoa Joe and Ring of Honor too. They used to have 60-man Iron.
I don't think I've seen those.
They used to have 60-minute draws, bro. Like they would just go at it.
I don't think I've
favorite WWE theme song. What about all time? Name your favorite theme song of all time. Your favorite one right now.
WWE right now or all time?
All time, both.
Right now, probably Edge.
Trash.
All time, Sean HBK.
I'll say all time Voices for sure. Definitely Voices. And even though Voices is still going on right now, I'll say a different answer. And Edge is in my top 5 favorites too, but I'll give it a different. I love Seth Rollins' theme. Seth Rollins' theme is up there for me, man.
He's okay.
Yeah, Seth Rollins' theme is a banger. CM Punk vs. Orton was a good one too. That was a good match at WrestleMania. They had a good match. I wouldn't put it in my personal favorites though. But they did. I think they did have a pretty much underrated match. CM Punk and Rey Mysterio too. Punk and Rey Mysterio at Armageddon in 2008. They had a really good match too. The TLC match with Jeff, you mentioned that one. That was a good one. I did enjoy that match a lot actually. I thought he had a good match with Daniel Bryan too through 2012. They had some good matches. His match with Jericho at WrestleMania 28 is very underrated too.
Yeah.
The one they had at 28, that was underrated.
So was his match with Taker at 29. Be respectful.
No, that was the best match of the night.
That's damn right. Should have went on last.
It was the best match of the night, but it wasn't like it's not like I would have put it up there. Favorite WrestleMania set besides 33?
You already know what I'm with.
34, bro. 34 was so beautiful.
I know what I want to say, but I'm gonna say I just love the 29 set with the
Statue of Liberty.
You know, I could have said 9, but I'm not gonna do that.
I didn't even have
that set was dope.
It's just outside. It's just outside.
Dope. Man, you had the Julius Caesar thing. I'm just saying. It was beautiful at the time.
I mean, this was 1993, so yeah, that's the time. I can see it at the time. Of course,
it's been more than outdone in recent years.
That WrestleMania Undertaker and Johnny Gonzalez. So
Hey, that match may have been terrible, but that was a pivotal storyline for the career of the Undertaker, and I stand on that.
And then, of course, we had Yokozuna losing to Brett, and then Hogan, stealing Brett's moment. So.
Yes, we know.
Hunting 06 wants to know how old are we? I am 24.
I am 32.
Favorite WWE commentators? Oh, he's Jim Ross number one for sure. Jim Ross. I'll say my 4. Jim Ross. Okay, Jim Ross, Gorilla Monsoon.
Gorilla, yeah.
I'll say Bobby Heenan. I did like Bobby Heenan on commentary. And I'm gonna say JBL. I love JBL on commentary. Michael Cole, Taz, Jerry Lawler, all great too.
Yeah,
all legendary. Vince McMahon thought was good on commentary too. Jesse Ventura, good on commentary.
Shivani,
Tony Schiavone.
Tony was pretty good. I would go Gorilla, Bobby, Jesse.
You better have JR on there.
And JR, definitely.
I would say though, Jesse Ventura was good though. I did like Jesse Ventura. I did like Vince. I think Vince's commentary was very good though. I did like his commentary.
Yeah. I mean, his early work wasn't very good, but after he kind of took over,
I did like his commentary work though.
Commentary work. Except for when he would do the wait a minute, I'm like, Vince, stop.
God almighty,
no. I'm like, man, stop it.
Oh, this is easy. Best female manager in the Ruthless Aggression era? Lita, for sure.
Yeah, easily. She could take who else got the sickest John Cena burns? Screw you! I don't have $10.
Oh, that was bad.
That hit me right here. And Lita lives in my hometown, by the way, San Francisco.
That was a good one. God, she used to get burned a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Girl.
Oh, hot take. Agree, disagree. The actual promo of the Pike Bomb is better than Austin 316. Not the significance of the promo, but just the actual promo by itself. So he's talking about the Pike Bomb promo alone.
I agree with that. It's better than the Austin 316 pro. Ooh, I see what he's saying now.
No, bro, that Austin 316 promo.
Yeah, I see. I started. I see what he's saying.
That promo made Austin's career.
I don't know about that. That promo, especially at the time, because like '96, you didn't cuss too much on TV. There were very few things that you didn't say. Like that was still part of the. Yeah, I don't know if I can go with that. That was still part of the new generation too. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
hot take.
I don't know about that either. I do like the Pipe Bomb.
It's a good debate, but I don't know if I can agree.
Who would win the 4-4? Let's see, New Edge, HBK, Kurt versus Edge, HBK, Kurt, and Eddie versus Seth Styles, Omega, and Daniel. That would be a phenomenal match, man. That would be a phenomenal thing. I'm gonna rock with the older legends though. Eddie, Seth. Well,
I can see it going to a brutal, and then HBK just hitting the sweet shit music out of nowhere and knocking the hell out of somebody.
Chris Masters surprise. I've heard some stuff about Chris Masters. I've heard that he could be a surprise entrant in the Rumble. They've been saying. I've heard like rumors because that's Forbidden Door. He's the NWA champion, so he's one of the NWA. He's only one of the NWA titles. So
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think they just did a something to wrestle with podcast on him.
Yeah. What do you think about this? Alexa Bliss enters the Royal Rumble as the Fiend gimmick, gets eliminated and comes back, and the match is the goddess and wins it, just like Mick Foley. Also, how Mick Foley was. Remember in the Rumble, Mick Foley came out with Dude Loves. He came out with Mankind. That's interesting. That's something that we haven't seen in a while.
Why not?
Maybe something different, something.
Balls to the wall at the Royal Rumble. I'm down with it.
Excuse me. Maybe different. Favorite Royal Rumble match? 2005.
94. Easy.
I don't know why.
Hey!
Rumble match was all right. It was all right.
That Rumble match was dope. Diesel put out 10 men, and we had 2 winners, and we got to see the Rockers fight for all but 2 seconds, but it was cool.
Yeah, it was all right.
Hey, be respectful. Be respectful. It's my favorite. I didn't say it's the best. I said it's my favorite.
It's your favorite. Yeah, it was respected. It's your favorite. All right, we'll take a couple more questions, y'all, before we head off here. We'll take a couple more. You guys say anything you want. It could be about anything. Ask anything you want. Feel free to ask anything you want. Anything.
Why is Malik so disrespectful? Hey, Mark. Hey, don't you mid my 94, man. You can pull up.
Martin or Fresh Prince?
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince for sure. In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Well, Martin was dope.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Hey, I just need to know something, Malik. What does GTD mean? I remember that episode.
GTD.
GTD. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, I was about to say.
Who would you love to see Triple H face if he ever fights again in his last match?
A rocking chair.
Disrespect that I just. Disrespect.
Man, he old and he don't have heart problems. Let him sit in the chair.
He always like he wouldn't have bad matches though before he
has solidified his legacy.
If he come back for one more match, I'd love to see him face AJ Styles. That would be the match.
All right. I still say a rocking chair. Rocking chair gets my vote.
Talk about me disrespecting the 94. All right, it's cool. It's cool. Another hot take: Rey Mysterio winning the Rumble is the greatest Rumble win moment of all time, for sure.
I don't know about that. Top 5.
Did it for Eddie. Man, did it for Eddie Guerrero, bro. Come on now.
It's top 5.
Your top 3 favorite. What's better? What's your number 1? Don't say the 94 Royal Rumble either.
Top 5. Wait, top 3 WrestleManias?
No, what moment was better than Rey Mysterio winning for Eddie Guerrero, the Royal Rumble? And number 2.
Number two is probably for me. Number 2 is Cena. Number 3 is Ric Flair.
Right. Rey Mysterio was the number 2 entrant.
Oh,
he had to last through the entire match.
Wait, hey, Ric Flair was number 3.
Yeah, but he didn't do it for nobody.
Hey, he did it for the WWF Championship.
He did it for he didn't do it for somebody who had passed. A man who had passed.
No, but he did it for that championship. He was responsible for getting taken from Hogan.
A man who passed away.
Hey, it's my opinion, and I said it's top 5.
Came in at number 2. And on top of that, he came out in the low rider. He came out in the low rider at the Rumble, bro. With the Eddie shirt. With the Eddie shirt.
Didn't I just say it's top 5? Didn't I just say it's top 5? It is top 5.
Bro. And bro,
it is top.
Like when it looked like
you
it was
see how he does it, ladies and gentlemen. I give the man respect.
Triple H grabbed Rey Mysterio and beat him up inside the ring. Threw him back in the ring. Let Randy Orton was done. He's gonna win the Rumble. It was over with. And then Rey Mysterio just happened to a little underdog inside of him, bro. Just happened to switch it up and throw Randy Orton out of the match, bro. And then the crowd was crazy. He was looking up at the head like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Top 5. Top 5.
Someone. Right. Top 3. What are our top 3 WrestleManias?
Top 3. Are we talking top 3 favorite or top 3 of all time?
I'll say WrestleMania, the best 17, 21, and I'm gonna say 24. Honestly, I think 24 was top tier. 24 was top tier shit right there.
17, easy. 31. And hey, because this is my opinion. 7.
He's gonna say something stupid.
I'm standing on it. Dying on that hill.
Where do you rank Goldust on a scale of 1 to 10? The Goldust character in the beginning was really popping. I really liked it. It was different. And I would say it was a 10 in the beginning. Like the way he played the character and the androgynous everything. It takes a lot to really get into that gimmick, so. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it kind of died down because they never really booked him like,
Well, he's a Rhodes, and you know how the WWE treats Rhodes. Yeah, I would say 9 or 10. Pretty much, yeah. 9 or 10.
Listen, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I didn't personally like the Russell Westbrook trade to begin with, anyway. I wasn't a fan of when they even traded for him. Like Russell Westbrook is a great player, but I just never felt like it was going to work out. Something told me it's just not going to mesh. Like it just wouldn't mesh well, and now we're seeing it. So I think that they're probably going to try to see if they can trade him for somebody different or see what they can get for him. So that's what I would say. But the Westbrook's a great player, though. I just didn't think it would fit well with the Lakers personally, and we're seeing how it unfolds. So
yeah. Shout out to Dennis Schroeder, because that's why Russell Westbrook got to go. Because Dennis Schroeder didn't want to sign that contract. Now I got him for a year.
Who do you think Shane or Stephanie will run the WWE Women's retires?
Stephanie
definitely going to be involved. I think Shane could be involved. I think they all kind of be Triple H. I think they all kind of be involved, but Stephanie, I think, probably be more involved than Shane will, if I had to say. Shane actually has like his own business outside of wrestling. I think so.
Does he have like big business interests in China or something like
that?
that?
Yeah. I don't know if like I don't know if like he's really interested in something. We don't know. I'm not a damn McMahon, so I don't know. But like,
fair enough.
Maybe he has interest. Maybe he doesn't have interest. But we'll see though. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and sign off, guys. Appreciate the questions. Thank you guys for tuning in to watch. Appreciate all the questions that we got. Make sure you guys follow my guy Petty Endo, all social medias, and stay tuned for more stuff, man. Got more Jeopardy's coming, more of everything on the channel. So make sure you guys stay tuned out for the Twitch. Got more live streams and everything, more TikTok videos. So y'all be safe. Have a wonderful day.